Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to create this looping animation inside of After Effects without using any kind of plugin, but with the help of simple and cool technique inside of After Effects. And if you want to learn more about motion graphics and other stuff in depth, then don't forget to check out my Udemy courses. Links are available in the description. And as always, if you're new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any much more time, let's jump into it. So here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition, and as always we are going to name it as main animation. Width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, duration is 1 minute long, and background color is white color, and simply hit OK. Then we'll go to choose grid and guide option, and we will simply hit on title selection. Now press Ctrl K, and as you guys can see in project settings, the height of this entire composition is 1080. So what we can do over here, we need to create one strip for our text animation. So hit Ctrl N to create a new composition, and we will call it as text strip. And height over here, I'm going to type /4, which is divided by 4, and hit enter. So we are gonna get something like this. Now press Ctrl Y to create one solid background and choose black color for it, and simply lock this layer. Then we are going to select our text tool, and we are going to type our text, which is going to be motion graphics. You can type whatever text you want. Okay, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Press S for scaling option and scale it somewhere around like this. Then if you want, then you can change the font over here. I'm going to choose Poppins font. Also I'm gonna go in my rectangle selection tool, and I'm going to delete this fill. I don't need any fill, and I'm going to choose white color for the stroke, and simply double click to create one stroke. Go to the rectangle rectangle path and unlink this size, and let's decrease the size from here as well as decrease the size from here. Okay, so this is going to be my text. Now I'm going to select this text, and I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. I'm going to select this third layer of text, press P for position, create one keyframe over here. I'm gonna go somewhere around 4 seconds. Make sure that you are properly at 4 seconds, and at this point I'm going to move this position to the outside of this comp like this. Okay, and at this point I'm going to select this second text layer, and I'm going to make it apparent with this third one, and alt click on the stopwatch, and let's type loop out expression on it like this. So what will happen, that we are gonna get this animation continuously in the form of loop. Okay, then go to the main animation, and we are going to bring our text strip over here. So we will get something like this. Now let's go to the align tab, go to the align, and we are going to choose align top. Make sure to enable this snapping and hit Ctrl D, and let's bring this over here. Hit Ctrl D, hit Ctrl D. So as you guys can see, they are properly distributed over here. Then I'm going to select this fourth and second layer. I'll right click and simply select this fourth and second layer, right click, time, and we are going to choose time reverse layer. So we will get this animation in opposite direction. Similarly, I want different colors over here. So let's select this text strip, go to the effect and presets panel, and we are going to type tint effect and swap this color. Select this, hit Ctrl C, select this second layer and hit Ctrl V as well. So as you guys can see, we are getting this kind of colors over here. Now let's select all of them and press Ctrl Shift C, and we are going to call it as text animation. Okay, and hit OK. Then we are going to select this. We will go to the effect and presets panel, and now we will type CC sphere effect and simply double click to apply. So we are gonna get this kind of sphere over here, and if you click on this, we are getting something like that. You can adjust the size of it. Now let's select this text animation comp and press Ctrl Shift C again to pre-compose, and we are going to call it as sphere over here and hit OK. Double click to open this, and now press Ctrl K to open the project settings, and width of this should be 1080 like that. And let's close this text strip. we have this text. Let's increase the size of this, radius, so we are gonna get something like this. Also go to the shading options and let's decrease the diffuse value to somewhere around 40 and increase the ambient to 100 or even less than that, somewhere around like this should be good. And we are going to increase the size of this somewhere around like this, that it should, you know, yeah, let's make this 530 maybe. I think this looks good too. Okay, like that. Then we are going to select this, press R for rotation, create one keyframe. We will go to around 4 seconds and we are going to make it one complete rotation. So what will happen, we will get this animation in the like that. You can make this 4 rotation as well, so you will get something like this, or let's make this 2 rotations. Okay, so we will get this kind of structure like this. Okay, it's totally up to you, we will can change it later as well. And then alt click on this stopwatch and we are going to type loop out expression on it like this. Okay, so our sphere is ready. Now we will go to the main animation and let's hide the sphere just for now. Now we need to create shape for our animation. So for that I'm going to select my rectangle tool and we have to select rounded rectangle over here. And for the stroke I'm going to choose red color like this. And then I'm going to create, by holding shift, I'm going to create this kind of rectangle. Then I'll go to the rectangle path and roundness, I'm going to make it 60 like this. Then select this, press Ctrl Alt Home, go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Now let's select this and hit Ctrl D and select this second layer, bring this downwards and change the color of this one to yellow and hit enter, and let's call it as reference. Okay, we can use this later. Okay, just for the reference we have this layer, and let's hide it and lock this. Now this is going to be my path layer, so hit enter and let's call it as path. Okay, after that we will go inside this contents rectangle. Let's go to the start, go to the path, rectangle path, and right now as you guys can see this has this size, position and roundness. I don't want that, so I'm going to select this, right click and choose convert to Bezier path. So what will happen, we can create this kind of path keyframes. Why I need this path keyframes, because I want this sphere should move along with this stroke. So let's select this sphere and bring this at the top, press S for scaling option and let's scale it a little bit, and press P for position, select this position and make sure to select this path keyframe and hit Ctrl C to copy, select this position and hit Ctrl V. Okay, so as you guys can see we are getting this kind of animation. Okay, then go to the start and make sure that you are clicking on this position, so all the positions are gonna get selected. Then select your selection tool and try to adjust the position somewhere around like this. With the help of arrow keys as well you can adjust the size or position over here, but we have to make sure that we need to select all of this keyframe. Like suppose if you select this one and then you can adjust the position, but as you guys can see we are getting this weird stuff. Okay, so whenever you are going to adjust based on your up and arrow keys, what we need to do, we need to select all the position keyframes and then with the help of arrow keys you need to adjust it like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this position, so I'm gonna get something like this. Now let's select this, press S and let's decrease the scale of it and hit U, and all my animations are in the form of loop at 4 seconds. So I'll go to the 4 second, I'm going to select this position and by holding alt I'm going to bring them over here. Then alt click on the stopwatch and we are going to type loop out expression over here as well. So what will happen, we will get this animation in the form of loop over here. Okay, now we need 4 copies of it, so hit Ctrl D. Let's go somewhere around 10 frames maybe. Select this and move this over here, or bring this a little bit up to 15 frames. Hit Ctrl D, go to 1 second, move this over here. Hit Ctrl D, again go 15 frame forward, and let's move this over here. So what will happen, we are gonna get this kind of animation. Okay, and if you want to adjust, you can adjust it up to 10 frame as well. Like you can take a distance of 10 frames for each, like this. You can select all of them, press S, and you can adjust the scale according to your needs. I'm going to adjust it somewhere like this. Okay, so this is our text over here, and let's go to around 1 second because my final layer is starting from here. So I'm going to select all of these 4 layers. I'll hold Alt, open square bracket to trim up to this, go to the start, and simply with the help of open square bracket I'm going to bring them over here. So as you guys can see, we are getting this kind of rotation. Now we need to create a text for this one as well. So let's select this path, and this time I'm going to change the color of this one to black, and press not S but stroke size. I'm going to increase the size of the stroke somewhere around like this. Then select this, hit Ctrl D, and change the color of this one to white, and let's decrease the stroke size somewhere around like this. So we will get something like this. Okay, and now I need certain amount of text over here, so let's try to create that. So select your text tool and change the black color, and we are going to type motion graphics over here. Then hit spacebar dash, again type motion graphics over here. Okay, so select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Then select your text tool and make sure that your text is selected, and create one mask like structure over here. And if you hit M over here, as you guys can see, one mask has been created. So create one keyframe on mask path. Then we have to select this path over here and hit U, because if you know that we have already created on this path, we have to select this path keyframe, hit Ctrl C, and in mask path we have to press Ctrl V. Then with the help of double click, try to adjust the position of it. With the help of arrow keys also you can adjust. Okay, this looks good to me. Then go inside this, and we will go to the text options, path options, and in path over here I'm going to choose mask. So we are gonna get something like this. Now what we can do, you can go to the character menu and you can increase the size of this text somewhere around like this. Okay, then you can select this, press S, and you can adjust the scale somewhere around like this. Similarly, you can adjust it somewhere around like this. Okay, press S and let's try to adjust the scale somewhere around like this. Looks good to me. Okay, select this and move this over here, bring this over here. So what will happen, that they are looking like they are moving over here. Then if you want, then you can go over here in text options, in path option as well. You can get this option, first margin, etc, etc. So okay, so let's create one keyframe at first margin over here and press Ctrl R, and we will bring our ruler over here, and this ruler should touch the edge of this G. Okay, why we are doing that, because I need to create the animation in the form of loop, so this ruler is gonna be act like a marker. Then go somewhere around 4 seconds, and now I'm going to increase this first margin value until the same G is going to touch the edge of this line. Okay, like this. Okay, so at this value, which is 1094, we are getting the same look over here like this. And if I hit N over here, and if I see this animation, I'm gonna get this animation continuously in the form of loop like this. Okay, so we will get something like this, and you can select all of them and press Ctrl Shift C, and you can call it as animation, or let's call it as looping animation like this. You can go inside this, and because this animation is in the form of loop at 4 seconds, as you guys can see, we are getting something like that. You can right click and trim comp to work area. and over here I need this animation again in the form of loop. So what will I do? I'll go to the last frame somewhere around over here. I'll right click time and I'm going to choose time enable remapping, and as you guys can see we got one keyframe at last, and before that I'm going to create another keyframe and I'll delete this last keyframe. Then I'll click on the stopwatch and I'm going to type loop out expression over here, and then if I increase this even after the last frame, I'm gonna get this animation continuously in the form of loop. Okay, so why I'm doing this? Because I need to create multiple copies out of it. So I'll select this and I'll hit Ctrl D, press S, and I'm going to increase the size of it like this. Similarly, I'm going to select this middle one. I'll hit Ctrl D, select this, press S, and let's decrease the size of it somewhere around like this. If you want, hit Ctrl D, select this fourth one, again adjust the size of it like this. Select this fourth one, hit Ctrl D, press S, and let's increase the size of it somewhere around like this. And now if I hit play, I'm gonna get this kind of animation, okay, like this. And what you can do, you can select this fourth or second layer, press S, you can unlink this, and instead of this you can type minus value over here, similarly minus value over here. So what will happen, we are gonna get this animation in reversible direction like this, and this animation is gonna be in the form of loop at 4 seconds. If I hit N over here at 4 seconds, make sure that it's properly at 4 seconds somewhere around over here. Even after this I'm gonna get this animation continuously in the form of loop. And now if you want a little differentiate little bit difference between the animation, what you can do, you can go and create a distance of 10 frames for each, like for this one, or let's say distance of 5 frames. Select this one, open square bracket, and move this over here. Go over here, open square bracket, move this over here, move this over here, and move this over here. Select all of this 5 compositions, press V, and let's try to bring them at the start. So what will happen now, we have a different distance for each and every one. Okay, and press Ctrl Y to create one solid background and bring this at the backwards. Okay, like this. Okay, so we will get something like this. Now you can go inside this, you can select this pairs, you can go to the effect and presets panel, and you can search for drop shadow effect and double click to apply, and then you can increase the size of this to somewhere around, let's say 200, and distance should be 0, or let's make this 400, or you can adjust the distance somewhere around, let's make this 100, and opacity 20. Select this drop shadow, hit Ctrl C, select all of this layer and hit Ctrl V like this. Okay, similarly if you want, you can select these 2 layers, hit Ctrl D, and let's bring them at the top. Let's select this, let's hide this last 2 layers. Let's select this stroke layer over here, white color stroke, and bring this over here like this. Similarly, select this black color stroke and bring this somewhere around over here like this, and let's enable these layers again. So we are getting this kind of stuff, and if you see over here, we will get same structure over here as well like this. Okay, and this animation is gonna be in the form of loop like this. Okay, so it's totally up to you whether you want it like or not. Okay, and after that if you want then you can change the color of this entire animation. Simply right click, new, and create one adjustment layer. Go to the effect and presets panel and search for tint effect, and you can simply swap this color so you will get different stuff. Okay, so it's totally up to you. You can adjust your animation according to your needs. So this is how you can create this kind of looping animation. And one last thing is that, suppose if you want a little bit of rotation animation over here, because this is just a simple animation, so what you can do, you can right click, new, and create one null object. select all of these layers, not background but all of these layers, and you can make it a parent with this null, and don't make this adjustment layer parent with this null. You can select this null and press R for rotation and click over here, and because this animation is in the form of loop at 4 seconds, 4 plus 4 is 8, so this animation is gonna be in the form of loop after 8 seconds as well. So I'll go to around 8 seconds over here like this and hit N over here. As you guys can see, after 8 seconds as well, this animation is in the form of loop like this. Okay, like this. You can create one keyframe over here. You can go to around 8 seconds and hit N, and let's make this one complete rotation like this. Okay, but you have to make sure that this should be properly at 8 seconds, or if it not, then just a little bit over here. Okay, so this is how you will get this kind of animation, and along with that you will get this rotation animation as well. Okay, but generally I would like to skip this because this is not in that form of loop. Because of glitch, I'm going to skip this portion, and I'm happy with this 4 second animation. Okay, and this is going to be in the form of loop.